po your review session for your CRI 168 or sa layuwa po ninyo. So in this afternoon po, I want to all to become a makipag-participate po tayo sa pagsagot ng ating mga tanong. So here's the instruction on how you are going to answer our questions. So hindi ko nilagay dito sa PowerPoint kung ano ang inyong magiging sagot sa letter A, B, C, and D. So let's have na lang po yung heart for A. Ayan, pakitry nga po pindutin ng heart. Heart po, heart. Ayan. In order to answer letter A, so pakimundot po ang heart. Next, we have letter B for like. Like, ayan. So pakipundot po ang like, ayan. That is for letter B. And letter C is yung clap. Pakipindot nga po kung gumagana po. Clap po, clap. Ba't parang confetti yun? Clap po, clap. Parang iba yung pinipindot, clap. And for letter D is yung pinindot yung mas nauna, yung ano ba yan, yung may pasabog. Ayan. Pasabog. Again, letter A is heart, like for B, clap for C, and yung parang confetti sa letter D. So I hope ready na po ang lahat. Nakapag tanghalian para meron po kayong lakas para magkaroon po kayo ng maging attentive kayo sa ating lecture. So may naman to, mabilis lang po to siguro. Pero let's tackle all the topics on your subject. So para masundan nyo rin po, you can open your POA notes. Yan. Okay, so let's start answering the number 1. Okay, the goal or objectives of BJMP is to enhance the public's safety by ensuring the humane safekeeping and development of inmates in all districts, cities, and municipal jails nationwide. BJMP is an example of what? Administration, management, organization, or institution. So what is the answer for this question? If you are going to observe kung ano pong nakalagay dito sa question na to, it is all about the goals and objectives of the BJMP. So alin po dito sa pamimilian na kung saan it describes about working together to achieve the goals and objectives. Okay, so may sumagot ng B, may C and D So what is the answer for this question? That is letter C. That is an example of organization. So ano po ba pag organization? So PJMP is an organization because it is a group of people, di ba? Group of people wherein they are working together in order to achieve their goals and objectives. Di ba? They want to ensure that humane safekeeping and development of inmates. Ano po ba kasi ang ibig sabihin ng administration? If we are going to talk about administration, nandiyan papasok po yung planning, diyan po papasok yung policy making, diyan po papasok na ang nag-decide po dito is the top officers. For example po, top officers of the BJMP. So if they're going to plan ko ano or decide kung ano ang gagawin nila for the whole year, that is an example of administration. So tandaan niyo po sa administration, it's all about the planning, policy making, the setting of goals, the process of also of creating rules, policies, para nga ang goal nila is to achieve the goals and objectives. Next, management. Ano pag sinabi nating management? That is what we call utilization of our available resources. Tandaan niyo po yung men, money, and materials. Yung 3M na yun, so if they were going to manage it ng maayos, that is what we call management. For example, din po ng management is yung supervising the employees. Tingnan nila kung nagtatrabaho po ba ng maayos yung kanilang mga members ng BJMP. So that is an example of management. Meron pang isa eh. Let's talk about law enforcement. If we are going to talk about law enforcement, specifically, di ba? Kaya nga law enforcement, you're going to implement the laws. Next, we have the law enforcement organization. Nandyan po yung mga NBI, PIDEA, BJMP, NBI, tama? So that's an example of law enforcement organization wherein they have a responsibility to enforce yung mga laws na nakatalaga sa kanila para i-implement. And kung nasusundan niyo pa ako, and the last is we have the police organization. This one naman is a specific type of law enforcement. Siyempre, ano po ba ang trabaho ng police organization? Diba? To maintain peace and order, to protect the life and properties, to enforce the laws, and syempre, the prevention of crimes. Next question. A country wherein the police are considered as the servant of higher authorities and operate with little community input follows which theory of police service? We have the home rule theory, modern theory, continental theory, and old theory. Okay? Tandaan nyo, in police service, we have only two theories. So if you're going to, makakita kayo ng ganitong question, siyempre, mag-focus lang po tayo sa dalawa. We have the home rule theory and continental theory. Extra natin agad si modern and old theory. So according to the question, police are considered as the servants of the higher authorities na kung saan operate within a little community. So sino mas pinagsisilbihan nila? The higher authorities. So the answer for this question is letter C, continental theory. Sino po ba, sino tuloy, ano po ba yung home rule theory? In home rule theory, tandaan nyo lang that the policemen ay sino ang pinagsisilbihan? They must serve the community. They must serve us as a members of community. So again, continental, higher authorities, home rule, communities. Next question. Santa Rosa Police Station received an exemplary recognition by showing their effectiveness in conducting numerous arrests in drug relation cases. What concept of police service is being observed? We have modern concept, continental concept, home rule concept, and old concept. Ay, nabasa. Okay. So, kung makikita niyo po sa question or mababasa po ninyo, the Santa Rosa Police Stations or the PNP in Santa Rosa is conducting a numerous arrests. So, anong concept po ba ang nagpo-focus sa sa what we call reactive policy, wherein kapag nagkaroon ng crime, saka sila magre-respond. Okay, so meron lang naman tayong dalawang concept of police service, that is old and modern concept. So ano po ang that is letter D, old concept. Ano po ba ang focus sa old concept? They are focusing on what we call enforcement and punishment. Diba? Mainly, ang role po ng police is to implement the laws. Ano pa? Their job is to arrest offenders. Wherein nga, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, they are focusing on reactive policy. After makakommit ng crime, magre-respond sila. Next, we have the modern concept. Ano po ang pinofocus ng modern concept? They are focusing on what we call community service and crime prevention. Kapag Crime apprehension, that is old concept. Pag crime prevention, modern concept. So police are seen that they are partners of our community. Na kung saan, 'di ba, ang ini-implement nila ay proactive. Hindi pa nangyayari yung crime, meron na po silang plan on how to prevent those crimes. Okay, pag prevention, that is modern concept. Next, during a public event, police officers are seen interacting with citizens, addressing their concerns, and ensuring a peaceful environment based on the community feedback. This practice is most aligned with theory. So again, we have two theories only. Regarding the sa question, police officers, they are addressing the concerns of the citizens. So therefore, they are serving the community. The answer is letter, di pa tapos ng time, pero syempre para makarami tayo, that is home rule theory. Next, Elsa was attacked by an intruder inside her house. She immediately ran outside and shouted, "Saklolo!" Her neighbor immediately rushed in to rescue or to arrest the offender. This scenario best describes what early form of policy. So lahat po ng nakalagay dyan, the A, B, C, and D, they are the early forms of policy. Diba? In order to maintain peace and order, so may mga notable po na mga policy system at yan po yung apat. Alin kaya sa apat dito? Okay, tingnan natin sa Frank Pledge. Ano po ang sabi sa Frank Pledge system or what we call mutual pledge system? So this one is a community-based. At kung matatandaan nyo, yung tinatawag nating group of 10 families, they are called as fighting men. Sabi, they are responsible for each behavior. Na kung saan, if the one member is committed a crime, ano ang gagawin ng ibang member? They will surrender or they will bring to the court ang nagkasala. So kaya po ang frontage system, they are considered as the community-based system. Para mapanatili po yung kapayapaan sa kanilang lugar, sila-sila na po ang mahuhuli. As long as they are the member of the tithing men, sila mahuhuli dun sa member nila na nagkasala sa batas. Next, we have the keepers of peace. Keepers of peace, syempre they want to maintain order, they want to prevent disturbance in their communities. Kasi ang focus dito sa keepers of peace ay maintaining the order. And the answer for this question is UN crime. Diba sa UN crime, the victim will shout in the middle of the community and yung mga kalalakihan ay mag-assemble to arrest, diba, the perpetrator. So, ayan naman, tingin gumagana pa rin naman nowadays. Siyempre, ikaw naman bigla kang mahablutan, gagawa mo naman ay sumigaw para yung mga madadaanan niya ay ma-attentive at possible na siya ay mahabol. So this one naman is a community pursuit policy. Wherein, di ba, kapag sumigaw ang biktima, may mga kalalakihan na mag-assemble just to arrest that individual. Next, we have the Shire Reeve. Shire means district and Reeve means ruler. So in these kinds of policy, so na kung saan merong royal officer na appointed ang kanilang head. Na kung saan ano ang kailangan gawin? To maintain the peace, to collect the tax, and to enforce the law. So that is Shire system. Next, dito na po tayo sa functions in police organization. Which type of organizational structure follows a clear, unbroken broken chain of authority from top to bottom. We have line organization, functional organization, a matrix organization, and the hybrid organization. Okay, so the answer for this question is, okay, that is line organization. Tandaan niyo sa line organization, it is a clear chain of command wherein the authority is from top to bottom. At tandaan niyo, laging ito ay may one direct supervisor lamang. Next, we have the functional organization. Tandaan niyo po, sa functional organization, siyempre sa isang organization, may mga members ng organization na kung saan bawat isa po dyan ay merong specialization. Halimbawa sa PNP, may specialized for intelligence, may specialized for investigation, may specialized regarding sa forensic team, di ba? So, employers are grouped according to their specializations. Para nga, ang sabi nga dyan, you must put a right person on the right job para mas magampanan niya ng maayos yung kanyang trabaho. And next, meron pa tayong isa dyan, hindi lang nailagay. We have the line and staff. So that is a combination of direct command, which is the line, and yung specialized and support unit natin, that is staff. Yung matrix organization, that is an example of dual authority. So meron po tayong functions and project-based. So hybrid is combination of all kinds of organization. Next, nasusundan po ba or okay lang po ba? Hindi po ba masyadong mabilis? Okay, next. If a police station assigns one officer to handle a patrol activities and another for investigation, this follows what organizational structure? So nabanggit na natin ang difference ni line, functional matrix, and hybrid. So if we are going to talk about again a question, it is all about giving or they're giving assignment to a particular personnel sa kanilang organization that is functional. Diba? Meron sa patrol, may sa investigation, meron sa traffic. So divided ang trabaho sa bawat members of the organization depending on the specialization. Next. A police station assigned a group of officers to respond to emergency calls, conduct patrols, and interact with the community to maintain peace and order. Which function of the police organization is being described? So meron po tayong primary or line function, we have staff and administrative function, we have auxiliary function. Again, kung para masundan niyo po ako, you can browse your POA notes. Yun lang din naman yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng topic. Okay, so the answer for this question is what? Tingnan natin ha. Meron tayong tatlong types or functions of police organization. Una, we have the primary or line functions. Para saan po si primary and line functions? Dito sa primary or line function, dyan nakalagay yung main purpose ng organization. Nandyan yung main duties ng police. That is the backbone of organization. Yung patrol, investigation, traffic, nasa primary or line function kasi yun mismo ang ginagawa ng PNP. Halimbawa natin the PNP. So, primary or line function, that is the backbone wherein it is directly involved yung tinatawag nating law enforcement and crime control. How about the staff and administrative function? Again, kapag nakakarinig kayo ng administration, nandyan po yung sinasabi natin, it is focusing about planning, it is focusing about decision making, yung training ng mga personnel natin, yung management, budgeting and logistic, diyan po yan nakapasok sa staff and administrative function. Again, primary or line function, the main duties of the police, the backbone of the organization. The staff and administrative function naman, that is a support function focusing the planning, management, decision making, training and development of the personnel. How about the auxiliary functions? Auxiliary functions, so hindi siya directly involved sa trabaho ng sa PNP. Yung mga supplies ninyo, yung logistics ninyo, yung mga printer nyo, bag paper ninyo, sa communication, medical services, dyan yan naka-involve sa auxiliary functions. So in this question, the answer is to respond emergency calls, conduct patrols, and interact with community. That is a primary function or line function. Kasi yun ang pinakatrabaho ng PNP. Pag nakabanggit kayo ng main duty, that is primary or line. Kapag support function regarding sa planning, that is staff and administrative. Kapag auxiliary, hindi siya directing trabaho ng PNP. But again, kailangan to para maisakatuparan o ma-achieve yung goals of objectives. Siyempre, anong gagamitin mong pang-patrol, yung mga walkie-talkie nila, di ba? Kapag wala yung mga iyon. Kaya mahalaga pa rin ang auxiliary functions. Next, which organizational unit in the police organization is mainly responsible for conducting patrol operations in traffic enforcement and criminal investigation? So, next naman tayo sa organic units in the police. Meron tayong tatlo again. Operational, administrative, and service units. So, mean to say, alisin na natin yung isa, yung auxiliary unit. So, meron na lang tayong tatlong pamimilian. So, sabi, they are mainly responsible for conducting patrol. And conducting patrol, that is a main duty of the police. So, therefore, that is under of what we call, yes, correct. That is operational unit. Next natin again sa administrative. Kung pinakalit ka ng administrative, it's all about planning, management, organization of police force, budgeting, training, education. Next, operational unit. Regarding po to sa directly involved pa rin again ang law enforcement, crime prevention, yung public safety. So, that is operational unit. And the last, we have the service unit. Ang service unit ay, kung kanina na-discuss natin yung auxiliary function, same lang din po sila, wherein it is a technical and logistic support. Directly work ng organization na yun, pero kailangan po sila para mag-work ang isang organization. Next, police officers receive conflicting instruction from two different supervisors regarding a single operation. This situation shows a violation of which element of police organization? Sa element ng police organization, meron po tayong pito. Okay, what is the answer? Span of control, unity of command, chain of command, or delegation of authority. May nagsasagot ng D, may nagsasagot ng C, but walang A and B. O may sagot ng isang A. Okay. A police officer received conflicting instruction from two different supervisors. Kahit naman ikaw, kung dalawa ang nag-uutos sa'yo, hindi malilito ka kung sino ang susundin mo, lalo't na kapag ang dalawang supervisor mo ay magkaiba ng gusto o ng inuutos. So, alin po dito ang na-violate yung element of police organization? That is unity of command. Ano bang sabi sa isang unity of command? Sabi, di ba? The command must come from one man only. Isa lang dapat mag-uutos para siyempre hindi malilito kung sino ang susundin. At mas malalaman natin, mas maganda ito na iisa lang ang manggagaling para alam mo rin kung paano ang tamang gagawin, hindi yung mamaya magkasunod pa sila ng sinasabi. Ano po ang tinutukoy sa span of control? Sa span of control, halimbawa ko, ilan yung mga officers na under my control? Diba? That is the ability of a one person na kung saan ilan ba yung mga police officer niya na directly controlled or directly under his or her control. Diba? Siya ang mag-uutos, siya ang magbibigay ng mga instructions. Siyempre, ikaw din as a supervisor, ikaw ang magiging, mayroon kang responsibility and accountability sa mga sakop mo na mga officers. Next, we have the chain of command. That is the arrangement of the officers from top to bottom. Sino ang pinaka-head? Sino susunod sa kanya? Sinong susunod doon sa isa? Sinong susunod doon sa isa? Hanggang sa marating ang pinaka-mababa. So that is a chain of command. Hindi naman po, pwede rin naman po mag-direct ng ano yun, yung sa scalar principle, yung isa, yung gap lang. Ayan, pwede naman mag-report directly yung yung officer sa kanyang high supervisor. Kapag lang naman ay kailangan ng immediate response. Pero again, you are going to report something, syempre kung sino yung nasa taas sa'yo, yun muna unahin mo. So, sunod-sunod lang yun. And last one is delegation of authority. Ano ang sabi sa delegation of authority? Delegation mean to say you give, diba? You give work. And therefore, you give also to the power na gawin niya yung work na yon. That is delegation of authority. You are assigning or you are transferring the responsibility or yung authority from that person. That is delegation of authority. Next, a police chief assigns crime cases only to officers who are trained in digital forensics, while traffic enforcement is handled by another group. Which element of police organization is applied in this situation? And kung mapapansin nyo, again, meron pong kanya-kanyang trabaho. At sa kanya-kanyang trabaho na yon, kung sino po ang nagkaroon ng training, mas maraming knowledge regarding po dun sa gawain na yun, siya ang ilalagay. Diba? You will put the right person on the right job para ma-ensure natin na magiging maganda ang trabaho. And sa paglalagay ng officers, kung sino man ang magtatrabaho sa trabaho na yon, that is what we call, yes, specialization. Diba? Assignment of particular job to a particular person. So again, next we have the command responsibility. So ano po ba ang command responsibility? Na kung saan superior officers is the one that will responsible dun sa mga actions ng mga subordinates mo. Dahil ikaw ang nagbigay ng utos, ikaw ang nagbigay ng directives, kapag merong pagkakamaling ginawa, yung subordinate mo, sinong malalagot? Siyempre, ikaw. Kasi in command responsibility, kaugnay niyan o kadikit yan ang tinatawag nating accountability. Next, we have the hierarchy of authority. So, yung sabi lang, pag hierarchy, yung pababa, sa taas, pababa, or pababa, pataas na command. Siyempre, ang command naman is from top to bottom and yung pagko-comply is from bottom to top. So, nasabi na natin yung span of control kanina, yung ability of a man to direct or coordinate or control yung kung sino man or kung ilang individual yung under his or her control. That is span of control. Next, it is a formal process of choosing the organizational missions and overall objectives for both the short and long term, as well as the divisional and individual objectives based on the organizational objectives. It is planning, organizing, directing, coordinating. So ano po ang sagot? It is a process of choosing organization, mission, and overall objectives. If we are going to choose kung ano ang dapat gawin, kailan ito gagawin, sino ang gagawa, paano ito gagawin, that is an example of, yes, planning. So the answer for this question is planning. Di ba? You are choosing kung ano ang magiging objectives nyo, ano yung gagawin nyo sa buong halimbawa sa buong buwan na yun o kaya naman taon. 'Di ba? You are planning at ang pagpaplano ay laging advance. Siyempre, hindi pa nangyayari, kailangan mo lang pagplanuhan kung ano ang dapat at di dapat gawin. When we say organizing naman po, it is the arranging of people. Sino yung duties and responsibilities, kanino ibibigay. Yung resources natin, yung men, money, and materials. Papaano natin siya ipa-proper allocate para ma-achieve natin yung goals and objective natin, that is organizing. How about directing? Sabi nga dyan, nandyan yung guiding. You are guiding your subordinates. Not just leading not just directing na nag-uutos ka lang. Siyempre kasama pa doon is gagabayan mo sila. Tuturuan mo sila kung paano gawin yung isang trabaho na yun para ma-achieve nyo yung goals and objectives nyo. And the last one is coordinating. Alam naman natin is bawat ibang organization is may kanya-kanyang specialization, may kanya-kanyang kakayahan. So therefore, ang coordination, di ba, yan yung pakikipagtulungan sa different units para syempre magawa ng maayos at ma-achieve nila yung kanilang goals and objectives. That is coordinating. Next, the superior must manage a number of persons that he can effectively control. Ano ang sagot? Scalar principle, delegation of authorities, span of control, and unity of command. Yes? Kalagay dyan, isang superior, ilan yung pwede niyang i-manage, ilan yung pwede niyang control, ilan yung pwede niyang i-direct, ilan yung po pwede niyang bigyan ng guidance. That is, yes, span of control. Next, dito na po tayo. Which statement correctly describes the composition of the National Police Commission? Dito tayo kay Napolco. Ay, di pala